Hi, everybody. We are here today with Allegra, our favorite model. And we're going to do a class that is, builds a little heat, has a little movement, but then spends a good deal of time on stretching. So I'd almost call this both a yang and yin class. So we get some energy moving. And of course, you can modify that movement to serve your own body. And you'll notice likely Allegra modifying some things too, like chaturanga with knees down. Yeah. And you can go all the way to the floor for cobra pose, or you could even skip that whole part and spend more time in down dog. So, you know, you are the gatekeeper of your own fire. So if you're getting sweaty and energized pretty quickly like I do, you might tone it down from what you're seeing. If you want more, you can always kind of tone it up. It's your choice. You have agency over your practice always. But my intention is to get some heat flowing at the beginning and then a lot of time for deeper stretching at the end. So the class will be almost half and half. Yeah. If you are following me on Spotify, we've chosen today Yoga Church as the playlist, Yoga Church. So for a moment, let's ground and center ourselves and just feel our connection to the earth. So you might be seated here, or you might even lie on your back, whatever allows you to feel more grounded. Taking a few moments to notice how the natural breath flows. Do you feel the breath in the front of your body, the sides of your body, maybe even the back of your body? Bringing our shoulders away from our ears. Feeling the back of the neck long. If you're seated, you might sway a tiny bit side to side, like almost an imperceptible rocking, just a little movement. If you're lying down, you might barely jostle where you're pushing into your feet. And it's just to get this kind of rocking sensation. If you're seated, you can go side to side or even forward to back, but it's small. It's not a big movement. What this does is calms the nervous system, helps us to come into our bodies and hopefully a little out of our mind. We'll notice our breath as we rock. Does it help you to lengthen the breath? And maybe the answer is no, and that's okay too. Does it help you to notice your connection to the earth? Allegra in Seattle, the land of the Duwamish tribe. I'm in Tacoma, the land of the Puyallup tribe. All Coast Salish people. And then come to some stillness and just notice what you feel. If you have any kind of dedication for your practice today, to a person, a place, or to a sankalpa, an intention for yourself, now would be the time to make that. And then one Om, palms can be at the heart if you like, or on your lap. And deep breath in. Ah. All right, my dears, if you're following me on Spotify, we're going to push play in 3, 2, 1. Push play and come onto your backs. And as you come onto your backs, you might already be there. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the head. Draw our knees up and cross the right leg over the left in eagle legs. Yeah, and if you can wrap twice like allegra, great, where that foot comes behind the calf, but it's not necessary. Like my legs won't do that, so I just simply squeeze the legs toward one another. Inhale here. Exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep still with your head and just reach your legs away on the inhale. And then draw your knees back in on the exhale. Legs away, inhale. Knees in, exhale. Twice more. Legs away, inhale. Knees in, exhale. Last one. Legs away, inhale. Knees in, exhale. Now, legs stay still. Head goes halfway down and then curls up. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, curl up. Twice more. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, halfway down. Exhale, curl up. And then lengthen everything out. Head goes halfway down, legs go away, and curl it all together. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you gather. Twice more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gather. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gather, and pause. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, windshield wipe your legs for a few breaths. Just notice what you're feeling at your center. Notice what you're feeling at your center. Breathe. And then left leg comes over the right. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Stay still with the head. Lengthen your legs away. Inhale, gather the legs in. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen away. Exhale, gather in. Inhale, lengthen away. Exhale, gather. And one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gather. Legs stay still. Head goes halfway down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale. 2 more. Halfway down. Lift. Halfway down. Lift. And then everything. Lengthen away. Inhale. Gather in. Exhale. Lengthen away. Inhale. Gather in. Exhale. Lengthen away. Inhale. Gather in. Exhale. One more, friends. Inhale, lengthen away. Exhale, gather together and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down and windshield wiper your legs. Excellent. Then cross your ankles and start to rock and roll up. And release your hands, maybe. Yep. And come back down and kind of round the spine. Yep. And come back up. And you can kind of do what Allegra's doing, where she's going almost a plow. Doesn't have to be that far. Whatever works for your body. A few more times, and then we're going to try to pause in boat. So pause on the up. Yep. And the ankles can be crossed like that, or they cannot be crossed. You can keep the knees bent. You can straighten your legs. What we are trying to do is lift through the sternum. Yeah, that would be beautiful. So good, Allegra. Yep. Couple more breaths here. Excellent. And then cross the ankles and come up over onto hands and knees. So we're going to really pause here, and you might put something underneath your knees for extra support. Always a good plan. And push into the earth. So you're really feeling your shoulder blades broaden. Yep, I can see it. And then pull your knees and wrists toward one another, but they won't move, right? Because you're on a sticky mat. So get that little bit of push and a little bit of pull. Yes. And so you can see with Allegra that creates a real flat back, but her shoulder blades aren't collapsing, right? So she's pushing and pulling. You might stay exactly there like that. Just with your knees down can make you kind of shake because we don't often use these muscles. The serratus anterior is what we're really targeting. Some of you might lift your knees like an inch, and that's really going to amp it up into the belly. So belly draws in, there's a push, there's a pull. It's strong. We're going to try to stay wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, downward facing dog. You might pedal, you might sway. And then lift your right leg to the sky. Draw your knee in toward your belly, your chest, or even your nose, and kind of curl, almost like a cat. Yep. And then very gently, without using a ton of momentum, step the foot forward. And then dip the hips. It's almost like cow. Yeah. And then straighten that leg, and it's almost like cat. And it is okay. There's lots of thought right now that it's okay if your knee goes over your toe. So stay for an inhale and then bend that knee again. And maybe it kind of goes over your toe like allegra here. Yep. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten. Inhale here. Bend that knee. Good. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten. I know it's hard for us old school yoga teachers to think the knee can go over the toe, but there's a whole study that it should. And then bend the knee and bring that left knee down. So it's low lunge, come all the way up. Tuck your tail under and interlace the fingers behind your head. Lengthen the back of your neck and start to lean back. So in essence, the heart goes up. The backs of the shoulder blades, especially at the bottom, start to come into the body. And then allegra is already doing this, but draw the front of your ribs in. So you feel the front of your ribs come in, but your heart and sternum goes up and the shoulder blades come in. And then the tail is slightly tucked, which makes it challenging to send the hips forward. So we're not trying to send the hips too far forward. That looks great. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, frame your right foot, lift your right arm to the sky, and maybe that left knee comes up. Yep. And push through the heel. Excellent. Take a deep breath in. And then spin to face the long edge of the mat and fold forward, a wide-legged forward fold. So it's the first one, doesn't have to be super deep. In fact, you might bend your knees here, especially if you normally don't bend your knees, and just see how that feels, getting kind of more into the muscles, less reliance on the joints. And then we'll halfway lift on the inhale and spin to face the back of the mat. And as you do, you'll place the right knee down. And here, tuck the tail, interlace the fingers behind the head, lengthen the neck. Nice. Send the hips a little bit forward, but really send the heart up and the shoulders down and the ribs in. A lot going on here. Yeah, really good. Another couple breaths here. Excellent. And then frame that left foot, lift your left arm up, lift your right knee up, take a deep breath in. And then keep the knee up, frame that front foot, dip the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. It's okay if the knee goes forward. Yes. And then straighten the leg on the exhale. Stay for the inhale. And then bend the knee. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten. Inhale here. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten. Breathe in. Bend the knee, and then we're making our way to plank to hold. So plank can be with your knees up or down, your choice. Also could be forearms down, which I personally feel is harder. Yeah, so you can figure out that for yourself. What we want is for you to feel the belly and less reliance on your legs and arms. So sometimes it's nice to bend the knees and let your legs get kind of loosey-goosey and see how much the core has to come online to support you. And then keeping the core that online as you straighten the legs again. So that's what I like to do, just because my legs will take over, period. My legs are strong and they want to be really helpful. So notice for yourself what happens in your body. 2 more full breaths here. And notice how we can get warm by holding things as easily as we can get warm by moving quickly. Yeah. And then lower to the ground for Sphinx Pose. Sphinx Pose. And bringing the shoulders away from the ears. My encouragement here, like at the beginning of class, is to push into your hands and then pull. So it's a push, especially in the wrists, and then a pull, drawing your elbows toward your waist. Heart goes forward. And then if you can, draw your belly in, even though you're on it. And the Sphinx even can be a really powerful strengthening pose. And then my invitation is to tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, come to forearm plank, and then forearm dog. So dolphin, basically walk your feet forward. Excellent. Yep, and you can have your hands interlaced or keep them wide, whatever works for you. They can be in that Sphinx position or together. Usually a little kinder if they're together. Yeah. When you're ready, you might be able to do this one hand at a time or both together, or maybe you have to put your knees down first, whatever it takes, downward facing dog. Your same right leg lifts. Bend the knee this time and open your hip. And feel how, at first, open your whole side body. So that means the right armpit, yep, exactly, goes out. And then try to keep the hip that way, but square the armpit back. Exactly, Allegra. Yeah, really good modeling there. On your next exhale, take that right knee toward your right armpit. So you're going to try to keep it up high. Yes. Do you notice the core when you keep it up high? Yeah. Inhale, lift it back up. This one's gonna be a little bit more challenging to keep it high, but we're gonna aim for that left armpit. It might be more like the elbow. Good. Wow. Inhale, lift the leg up and then step the foot forward. This time we're gonna come all the way up to Crescent Lunge. So in Crescent Lunge, as Allegra beautifully models, that we're high on the ball of the back foot. Bend that back knee as much as you can. Tuck your tail under. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Lengthen the neck. And again, just like low lunge, pushing into the hands with the head. The heart goes up. The shoulder blades go in. The tail tucks under. And then start to straighten that back leg. It's a lot to ask. Oh, yeah, so good. And so you might feel, hopefully, the stretch in the front of that left hip. Is that true, Allegra? Kind of, yeah, hip flexor in the front. So we're really looking to imagine expanding through that back leg, but then scissoring the legs together. Yes, and that right hip comes back. Do you feel a little bit more now? Awesome. Inhale, reach the arms up. Warrior two. Nice. And so try to center the body so we're neither leaning forward or back. Really good. You might look forward. You're really rooting through the back, pinky toe edge side of that foot and lifting the back arch. Yeah, nice. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess pose. Stay for a big breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the other side. I can't remember if that was your front or the back. I think it's the front. Yes. And so here we are rooting through that back foot. Maybe that back foot's a little more like 90 degrees. Yep. So the pinky toe edge side roots, the inner arch lifts. Yep. The body is straight up and down. One more breath here. And then you're pivoting those back toes for crescent lunge. Yeah, good. Bending that back knee, interlacing the fingers behind the head, push the head into the hands. The heart goes up, the tail starts to tuck, the front ribs draw in, so good. And then starting to straighten that back leg the best you can, and then scissor the legs. So the left hip goes back, yeah. And trying to, if we can, notice the front of that right hip, the hip flexor, the psoas. Bend that front knee. Good. Push through the back leg. Good. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, plank. This time, come onto the right side for side plank. Take a deep breath in here. Back to plank on the exhale. Left side plank. Remember, folks, left knee could be down. Come back to plank. Shift your weight forward. Knees might come down. You're going to try to lower halfway down, chaturanga. Nice. Cobra or upward facing dog, whatever feels okay on your low back. Downward facing dog. And deep breath in. Long breath out. Left leg lifts. Draw the knee in toward your belly, chest, or nose and round. Yep. And try without as much momentum as possible to step the foot forward. That's a big ask. Yep. Dip the hips and come up, crescent lunge. All the way up you go. Good. And then this time we're going to have that right arm come in front. So it's a high twist. Yep. And so here, yes, bending that front knee, and almost imagine taking the left outer hip down. Yeah, awesome. And then feel the scissor of the legs, draw the belly in and up, bend the front knee. Yeah, it's a big ask. Yep. And then palms come to the heart. Maybe the right elbow goes outside the left knee. Maybe it's not the elbow. Maybe it's the wrist. And then start to really push through that back heel and still scissor the legs. Awesome, Allegra. And then maybe open the arms high to low. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Sweep your arms up. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Side angle. So you might have your elbow rest on your knee, or you might have your hand rest on your thigh. Try to bend that front knee right over the ankle. Yeah. And then here, maybe you take a half bind, just a half bind for now. So we'll incorporate more things, more add-ons if you want them in a moment. Yeah. Keep bending that front knee over the ankle. Good. Keep spinning the heart up. Excellent. Keep rooting through that back heel. Next, inhale, cartwheel the arms up, star. Bend the knees, goddess. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale to star. And warrior two toward the back of your mat. Try to have that back foot about 90 degrees. Yep. Side angle. So you might reach your elbow to your thigh or your hand to your ankle. And bending that front knee over the ankle, nice half bind, reaching behind your back. Maybe if you're like me, you just touch your hip. Maybe you can touch your thigh, whatever works for your body. We're spinning the heart up and we're feeling the steadiness of this pose. Yeah. Then all the way up to warrior two, and we're going to pivot that back toe to crescent lunge, which is an interesting transition. Nice, Allegra. Yeah. And then that left arm comes in front, twist high. And then you're already doing it on this side, but taking that outer right hip down and kind of scissoring the legs, and then bringing the palms together. And that left elbow or wrist or whatever you got might come outside that right knee. We're going to bend that knee over the ankle, and then maybe opening the arms high to low, taking a couple breaths there. And the front foot wants to point out to the right a little bit. We're going to try to keep it straight forward. So good. All right. And then plank. Shift forward, maybe chaturanga. Knees might come down. Cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. Same left leg lifts. Bend the knee and open the hip. And at first, let your left armpit kind of come up. Keeping that knee where it is if you can, left armpit comes down. Yep, awesome. Inhale here. We're going to try to take that left knee toward the left armpit, keeping it real high, engaging the belly. Nice. Inhale, lift it back up and take it across the body. We're aiming for the armpits, more like the elbow at best. Yep, awesome. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step it all the way forward. Crescent lunge. Inhale, twist high, exhale. Palms together, right elbow or whatever you got outside the left knee. Open your arms high to low, half bind or full bind. So Allegra has these arms that are always amazing to me, where she can fully bind here. For me, it would be a half bind. For most folks, honestly, it'd probably be a half bind. Yeah. So stay wherever you are. There's no place to get. If you're in that first variation where your palms are at your heart, that's great. Awesome. And then come back, crescent lunge. Open, warrior two. Side angle. Half bind or full bind, half bind or full bind. Yep, so just staying here, bending that knee right over the ankle, spinning the heart up. Yep, awesome. So just feeling the steadiness of this. Later in the flow, we'll have the opportunity to move from here, but finding foundation first. Release the bind, come back, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the front. Side angle. Half or full bind, half or full bind. So just finding that foundation. Both feet are rooted to the earth. The knee is bent over the ankle and the heart is spinning up. Yeah, awesome. Really good. So you can really see here with Allegra, it's beautiful for anatomical modeling, how her shoulders are stacked and she has the full bind. Most of us can't take the full bind and have that stack of the shoulders. The top shoulder starts to round. So we really want that stack. That might mean you have a half bind. Yeah. Release and come all the way up to crescent lunge. Nice. Twist high, palms to the heart. Left elbow outside right knee, half bind or full bind. So again, most of us, it's going to be half bind and we're trying to spin the heart up. Again, having those beautiful alignment of the shoulders. You can see it on her back body here too. Really good. One more deep breath in. Then release, my dear, plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. And then we're gonna, for the next song or two, move a little bit more quickly, and then we're gonna go back to this more mandala flow. So walk or hop to chair pose. Inhale here. Walk or hop, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Walk or hop to chair. Walk or hop to down dog. Walk or hop to chair. Walk or hop to down dog. One more time. Walk or hop chair. Walk or hop down dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Step the foot all the way through. Your low lunge here with the back foot up. You're gonna bounce, 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 and switch feet. Yep, bounce, 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 and switch feet. bounce, 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 switch feet, bounce, 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 switch feet, crescent lunge. All the way up you go. Inhale, bend the back knee, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. One more time. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk or hop chair pose. Inhale here. Walk or hop down dog. Inhale here. Walk or hop chair. Inhale here. Walk or hop down dog. One more. Inhale here. Walk or hop chair. Inhale here. Walk or hop down dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Step that left foot all the way forward and then bounce, 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 jump, switch the feet. Bounce, 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 switch. Bounce, 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 switch. Bounce, 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 switch. Crescent lunge. All the way up you go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus and bend. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, cactus and bend. Arms up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, about 5 breaths. Walker hop chair. Walker hop, either down dog or chaturanga. Walker hop chair. Walk or hop chaturanga or just back to down dog, your choice. Gatekeepers of our own fire. One more. Walk or hop chair. Walk or hop chaturanga or down dog. Right leg goes high. Right foot steps forward. Crescent lunge. Palms to the heart. Twist. Half bind or full bind. Stay here or revolved bird of paradise, stepping that left foot forward, rooting down and rising up with the right. So Allegra has the full bind here, which is challenging. You might have a half bind. You might have your left arm reaching for your outer right foot. See what works for your body. Yeah, thank you, Allegra, for modeling that. Awesome. Wherever you are, take another deep breath in and then come back, stepping that foot all the way back. Yep, left foot goes back. Yep. Release, your right foot is forward, your left foot is back. And then spin your back heel down, warrior 2. Excellent. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, side angle, and you'll do that twice more. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. And then half or full bind here. And then bird of paradise potential. Yeah, you can have the half bind here too. Or the full bind coming up. So one thing I really noticed with Allegra that is very supportive is she bends that standing leg, which gets her into her muscle energy instead of trying to rely on her joints. Yeah. So if you had the half bind, you would again maybe be grabbing the big toe of that right foot and straightening the leg that way. Nice, Allegra. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Give her a big clap there for being able to come out of the bind and into this pose. That ain't easy. Put that right foot down, step that left foot back. Warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Now we're going to side bend. So goddess pose, bend your knees deep. Place your right forearm on your right thigh and side bend to the right. So the left arm, yep, goes overhead. Big opening for that left side body. And then switching sides, big opening for the right side body. What's really good, Allegra, is both knees stay bent. They stay bent, yeah? And so it's pretty easy to start straightening like the right leg here, yeah? Come back to goddess pose. Inhale, star. And then warrior two toward the back of your mat. Inhale, exalted warrior. Good back foot there. I saw that. Exhale, side angle. Always want the back foot about 90. Inhale, exalted. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, exalted. Side angle, half or full bind. You might stay or bird of paradise, stepping that right foot up, really rooting through the right, coming up with the left. Yep. So when she bends her knees, she's inviting in her leg energy instead of pulling with her shoulders, which can, you know, kind of get our shoulders out of alignment. Awesome. When you're ready, place that foot down and step the right foot back. Nice. Release your hands, frame that left foot, rise up, crescent lunge. Palms to the heart. Right elbow outside the left knee, open high to low, half or full bind, or revolved bird of paradise. Revolved bird of paradise, stepping the right foot forward, rooting, and rising. Good. Maybe straightening that leg, challenging. Another deep breath in. Long breath out. Place that foot down. Step the right foot back. Frame your left foot with your hands. Plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Walk or hop chair. Inhale here. Walk or hop chaturanga or down dog. Walk or hop chair. Walk or hop chaturanga or down dog. Last one. Walk or hop chair. Walk or hop chaturanga or down dog. Left leg lifts. Left foot steps forward. This time straight away, warrior two. Warrior two. Let's start with half moon without touching anything. So you might not even lift your right leg up very much. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Awesome. So you might not get to 90 degrees like Allegra does. It might just be barely off the floor, more like that, or even lower. Yep. Awesome. Nice. Yep. Lots of focus, lots of balance. This really is strengthening and fortifying for the SI joints. Yeah. And then star. And then wide-legged forward fold. So the feet go forward. Yeah. And they might even be slightly heels wider than the toes. Yeah. You might thread your hands through your legs. And then halfway lift. Heels in, toes out, goddess pose. Nice. Right arm under, eagle armed goddess. Elbows away from the chest, fingertips high. Yep. Booty low. Switch your arms, left arm under right, eagle arms. Inhale, star. Warrior two toward the front. And then we're coming to half moon without touching anything. So yeah, it might be different on this side. Could very well be. Still stacking the shoulders open, stacking the hips open. Yep, so good. Deep breath in, long breath out. One more breath, inhale here. And then come back to warrior two on the exhale. Awesome. Inhale, exalted warrior. Chaturanga. So one kind of final push here until we start to do more stretching and holding poses longer. Walker hop chair. Deep breath in. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog on your inhale. Down dog, right foot steps forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. You might float your right leg. So this is Surya Namaskara B. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, left foot steps forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. You might float that left leg. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more inhale. On the exhale, walker hopped chair. Deep breath in. Walker hop chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot steps forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, left foot steps forward. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale here. Exhale here. One more inhale. On the exhale, walker hop chair. Inhale here. Walker hop chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Down dog, left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, 5 breaths. 5 breaths. Yeah, so we're going to start to take it more toward the stretch. Holding poses longer doesn't mean it's easier, y'all. Certainly doesn't mean it's easier. Sometimes that means it's harder to stay. We got our mind to deal with, all the things, you know. Body likes to change pretty quickly. In my experience, in my lived experience with my life, my body responds pretty quickly. It's my mind that is more slow to change. Slow to change. The mind has habits, yeah. So right leg goes high. I invite you to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and keep your back leg up. Back knee is up. Spin the back foot down like warrior two. You know, start to walk your right shoulder underneath your right knee and see if you can touch your foot with your right hand. Yeah. See if maybe your left hand can come over and you can interlace both hands on the foot. Now, you might have your elbows far from the ground, or you might bring your elbows to the ground. Yeah. We're breathing and we're trying to let that head hang. Yeah. You're imagining, I don't want you to do this physically, but you're imagining your head is going to go behind your knee. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Breathe, notice, and try to stay 10 breaths here, 10 more. So inhale, exhale, slow like that. Yep, you might have to come out of it and come back in. Hips are, oof, it's a thing. Big practice to try to stay with it. For most bodies, this is not the most comfortable thing you've ever done in your life. Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't feel injurious, right? It just feels uncomfortable. I don't want you to feel your right knee here, but your right hip might be singing a song. Yeah. So good. Notice what happens for you if things start to get uncomfortable and there's an invitation to stay with that discomfort. What happens to your breath? What happens to the stories that you tell yourself? It's good information. Yep. Whenever you have to straighten the leg and then come back in, totally fine. And then spinning that back heel, placing the back knee down. Yeah. So you might have your pad. And then place that right hand on your right knee and gently encourage the right leg open. Yep. And you can see that allegra really is doing a good job of hard flexing that right foot. So the ankle's not sickling or bowing out. Can you come onto your forearms here? Yeah. So likely this is not quite as challenging as the last place you were. Yeah. And so, but same concept, right? Last one, it's a little bit more strengthening. We always want to encourage both the strength and the flexibility. The yoga I did for at least 10 years really encouraged flexibility and kind of collapsing into the joints. We made beautiful shapes. We sure did. But I've got an SI joint that likes to slip out all the time now at 52, and I don't think that helped it. So we want to encourage both strength and flexibility. Bend that back knee if you can and reach behind you with your right hand for your left foot. And then draw that heel in toward the booty. And if you can stay on your forearm and kind of just drop your head down, you should feel the front of your left thigh. True? Yeah. Okay. Breathe. Yeah. Awesome. Release that foot if you have it and tuck your back toes under. Keep everything the same. If you can be on your forearms, be on your forearms. Just lift the back knee. Yeah. And so again, we're encouraging a little bit of strength here. So same position, but there's no way you can collapse into your joints here because the back knee is up and you're pushing strongly through the back heel. Your belly is engaged. It's almost like when we were in forearm plank, right? Yeah. So good. And then come onto your palms, both of them. Yep. Lift that right leg up and bend the knee and let the hip open. You might stay here, or you might flip your dog where your left leg is straight like side plank and you land on your tippy toes, also known as wild thing. Yeah. Awesome. Come back. Chaturanga if you want it, or just down dog. Great. Maybe 5 breaths here in down dog before we go to the other side. So now you kind of know what's coming on the other side. So the invitation is to try to work with your mind, because your body will probably be fine doing it. It's just the mind that has resistance, I find. Left leg lifts. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Spin your right heel down like warrior 2. Walk your left shoulder underneath your left knee. Touch that foot. If you can, interlace both hands on the foot. Forearms could be up or elbows could be down. And we're imagining the head coming behind the knee. Yeah. And we're trying to stay for a while. Yeah. So you can always straighten the leg and come back. I find that for me now in my practice, when strong sensation starts to happen, it's an invitation to come right into breath, right into breath. So maybe even if you straighten your leg, you deepen the breath. So we're just trying to come right into the breath. And that helps us to, when we start to feel sensation off the mat, usually, it could be physical, but oftentimes it's emotional, someone pisses us off. And we can start to get this reaction of breathing deep when we feel agitated, when we feel sensation, when we feel anger or frustration. You might exhale through the mouth. Excellent, my dears. Keeping with it the best you can. Excellent. And then spinning that back heel down, or your knee down. Yep, thank you. And then letting the left knee open. You might encourage it open with your hand. Yeah. Trying to keep the ankle from sickling. You might come onto your forearms and just stay here for a few breaths, noticing how similar yet different it is to have the back knee down. Yeah. So because this is more of a parallel position, you're not trying to spin that back heel down. It's generally more available. Even when the back knee is up, it's generally more available than the other one. The other one is, it's a thing. Conti likes to call it dragon pose instead of lizard. Like, that's not a lizard, that's a dragon. All right, my dears, you might bend the back knee, reach back with your left hand for the right foot. Draw the heel in. Keep that left ankle from sickling. It wants to sickle a little bit on this side. Yep, good. Breathe and notice. Release that back foot if you have it. Stay on your forearms if you're able. Lift the back knee up and push through the heel. So again, feeling that more strengthening. Breathing and noticing. And then coming onto your palms. Excellent. Lifting that left leg up, bend the knee and spin the hip open. And maybe flipping your dog into wild thing, you know? Excellent. One more deep inhale. And then down dog, or you can go through chaturanga if you like. And then one at a time, or both elbows to the ground. Try to keep your hands this way if possible. Yeah, so different version of dolphin, more challenging for the shoulders, but very strengthening for the shoulder girdle. Yeah. And you might lift one leg, either one, yeah. And then place that leg down. You might lift the other, place that one down. Come all the way onto your belly, all the way onto your belly. Yeah. And then we will start with locust. So hands might interlace behind your tail, or they might just be at your sides. And imagine bringing your hands down, the heart comes up. Yeah. And then maybe the legs lift up and you spin your inner thighs up and your outer hips down. Yeah, and there's a lengthening and a lift, a lengthening and a lift. Staying for a few more breaths here. Excellent. Really good. And then we'll come down, rest for a moment. And then bending both knees. And see if you can reach back for your feet or your ankles. If you have your ankles, you might flex the feet. Good. And then kick the feet into the hands and come up. So chest for sure comes up, and maybe the knees come up, and maybe the key comes by for a nice kitty drive by. Hi, kitty. Kick, kick, kick. Deep breath in. And then release your feet. Come down and rest for a moment. Yeah, good. Excellent. And then hands come by your ribs, either cobra or up dog. The difference, folks, is this is cobra where the knees are down. It's a little lower. And then up dog would mean straightening your arms more and lifting your knees up. So you're just on the top of your feet. That looks really good, Allegra. It doesn't look like any collapse in the low back. Awesome. One more deep breath in, and then downward facing dog. Right leg goes high. Right knee comes forward for pigeon. So in Allegra's body, we come up in pigeon. She doesn't come down in pigeon. Yeah. So it's a little bit more, again, more strengthening. You have to have that lift of the pelvic floor. So we haven't talked about that much, but Mula Bandha is a kind of a lifting of the pelvic floor. It kind of feels like a Kegel exercise. And then there's a scissoring. So her right outer hip goes back, left outer hip goes forward. She might even reach her arms up. Yeah. And so there's a lot of strength that comes into lifting the arms up like that. Yes. You might bend that back knee, reach back with one or both hands for the foot, and then kick the foot into the hand. So it's kind of similar to what we just did in bow, but now we're inviting an opening to the right hip. Yeah. Kick, kick, kick. And so we're going to stay about 5 more breaths. And then release the back foot. Some of you are going to come down into pigeon. Yeah. Others, like Allegra, might come to fire log or double pigeon, where she places that right ankle on top of the left knee, right knee on top of the left ankle, and then folds forward. So for some of us, this is agitating to the knees more than pigeon. So you have to really kind of feel where you are here. And then unwinding ourselves back to down dog, back to down dog. Left leg lifts. Left knee draws forward for pigeon. Coming upright in our pigeon first. So that might mean your hands are on the ground. That might mean they walk up onto that left thigh. Squeeze and lift the pelvic floor, scissor the legs a little bit. That might mean your arms go all the way up to the sky. There's a lot of strength in that. That might mean you bend the back knee and reach back with one or both of your hands for that foot and kick the foot into the hands just like Bo. Yeah. And stay a few breaths here. Very strengthening pigeon pose. Very strengthening. Kitty. Oh my goodness, kitty. And then you might release and come forward into pigeon. Or you might come to that fire log double pigeon. Make sure and put the left leg on top. So you have to kind of change the legs if you do that. And then ankle to knee, knee to ankle, coming forward. And then my dears, wherever you are, you're going to make your way onto your back. So from double pigeon, pretty easy. If you're in pigeon, you might go back through down dog, or you might just kind of roll on over, whatever feels useful. Get your sweater, get whatever you need to make yourself warm. Bend the knees, feet are flat to the earth. So we've been doing some back bending, yeah? And so we're pretty prepped and primed for bridge and perhaps Urdhva Dhanurasana. So we'll start with bridge pose, interlacing the fingers behind your back if you can, or going for a ride key. Or you might grab the edges of your mat. If your fingers, like mine, don't like to interlace behind the back, it hurts my elbows of all things. Yeah. Make sure, Allegra, that your feet are pointed straight forward. So the left foot, yeah, very good. Pushing in, getting all the biscuits from the kitty. Nice abdominal massage. Let me help you with your digestion, mommy. And then, can you go for a real ride? You might place your hands by your ears and come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Hold on, kitty. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Wee. Oh, I want to take a picture of this and put it on the website. When you are ready, come down, my friends. Oh yeah, that's a good one, Allegra. So she's got her forearms down. She's bringing the heart forward. If you can get into that position, I think it's so good. It's awesome. It's a little challenging to get to sometimes. Yeah. And then come down. Booty is down. Feet are wide. Knees are together. Feet are wide. Knees are together. Yeah. And just breathe. All right, my dear. So let's twist to the right. Any twist that feels useful to your body. So we've done eagle legs earlier. You can do eagle legs. You can do wide legs. You can have one leg straight, the other leg bent, or both legs straight, whatever feels good, or just a twist with a pillow between your knees. That's a good one. Whatever feels useful. So good. And then twisting to the other side. Uh-oh, key. I love that cat so much. She's so friendly, so snuggly. My kitty's very aloof. Ah, you might say. Coming back to center. And the right leg, half happy baby. Stretching through the left leg, stretching through the heel if you can, left arm up overhead. Yep. So getting really long, imagining, now it probably won't happen, but imagining that that left hamstring will go down to the ground. Yeah. Yeah. And then straightening that right leg out to the right. So the leg might not go totally straight. Yeah. Keeping that left hip pretty grounded, pretty grounded. You can rest it on the couch if it gets there. And then switching sides, switching sides. So starting with half happy baby on the left. And really stretching through that right heel and right arm and imagining the right hamstring coming toward the ground. Toward is the optimal word here. Most of us, it's not going to get to the ground unless someone came and sat on it, like maybe that kitty. Kitty, where are you when we need you? And straightening that left leg out to the left the best you can, keeping the right hip down. Nice. Yeah, awesome. So pretty much you can be guaranteed if you straighten your leg all the way to the ground, that opposite hip has come up. Yeah. Coming back to center, full happy baby, full happy baby. You can stay here, or if it's in your practice, shoulder stand. If you don't want to stay in happy baby and shoulder stand is not in your practice, you could put legs up the wall or a block underneath your sacrum or a pillow or something and legs up the sky, up the sky, up to the sky. Maybe plow. And then rolling down or coming down. And then Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees open, arms might reach above your head for opposite elbows. And could we all have a kitty to snuggle us would be a great way to end the yoga practice. I'm sure there's cat yoga somewhere. We're breathing and we're noticing, yeah, for sure Seattle has cat yoga. Which I would much rather have than goat yoga or some of the other things. Oh, yogis are funny. Breathe and notice and feel all the things. Oh, this body. And then settling ourselves into Shavasana for a short guided meditation on just body points. It'll be a relaxation meditation. Yeah, relaxation meditation. So I'll name points of the body and you just imagine them relaxing. Sometimes I like to think about like warm butter. You might start out as like refrigerated butter. And then by the end, think of yourself almost like soft butter or even ghee. Yeah. So we'll begin with feeling where our head touches the earth. And just imagine the connection between the back of your head and earth really softening. Yeah, softening, letting the head go. And then notice where your shoulders touch the earth and the back of the heart. And imagine that connection really softening, relaxing, letting go. And then the sacrum and the hips that touch the earth, that connection really softening, letting go. And then the back of your legs, wherever they touch the earth, maybe it's the calves, and allow that softening, relaxing, letting go. And your feet, wherever your feet or heels touch the earth. And imagine that softening and really releasing and letting go. And then the back of the hands and the wrists, softening, releasing, letting go. And the whole arms, where the arms touch the earth, softening and releasing and letting go. Tracing up your arms and feeling in the front body, like the collarbones, the front of the shoulders, and the sternum. And that whole area softening, releasing, and letting go. Even noticing the throat and the jaw and the face and the brow and the eyes, softening, releasing, and letting go. And then the whole chest and belly, the whole front of the ribs, settling, softening, releasing, letting go. And then even the front of the pelvis and the front of your hip bones, settling and softening, releasing, letting go. And then in this way, feel the whole right side of your body soften. The right arm, the right leg, the right side body, the side of your waist, the sides of your ribs. Softening, releasing, letting go. And the whole left side of the body, the left arm and leg, the side of the waist and ribs, just softening, releasing, and letting go. The whole back side of the body, the back of the arms, the legs, the whole spine, the head, the whole back body softening, settling, releasing. letting go, relaxing. And the whole front side of the body, the whole front side, the torso and chest, the face, the front of the arms, the front of the legs, softening and relaxing, releasing, settling, letting go. Just become aware of your natural, easy breath and the very subtle rise and fall of the chest, the belly. Maybe the breath feels more just in your nose or throat. Let the breath be natural and easy. Even releasing and softening any control over the breath. And as you're here, relaxing and letting go, I'm going to chant one of my favorite mantras, the Gayatri Mantra. One of the oldest mantras and sung by thousands and thousands and thousands of folks all over the world. It honors the sun, it honors our intellect, honors the light in both male and female form. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. When you're ready, find your way back to a seated pose. And we'll bring our palms to our heart in any shape that feels useful. Honoring these sweet bodies exactly as they are, and this incredible practice that helps us to come back to our body, maybe hopefully just a little out of our mind. Yoga makes you out of your mind. Thank you so much, Allegra, my sweet friend, for modeling for me. I sure appreciate you. In the spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Mur, Mir, Pache, Pas. In the spirit of our collective truth and ultimately liberation for all beings, we say Ashe, Amen, Amen, Amen. That's a new one. Blessed be. Kapu aloha, in lakach, satnam, namaste, mitakuyasin, Black Lives Matter. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.